so many cultures in the UK, and they should be represented in our flag.
Do you think it might upset people who are more supporting on the Union Jack, this proposal for replacing it?
I mean, it's a bold move, but like I think we should take risks and not worry about upsetting people as well.
Okay, and why did you choose it?
Same kind of reasons, I think. I think it's nice that anyone can look at this flag and see themselves in it. And I don't think you can say that about the Liverpool one.
What are the chances that this will be accepted if I'm introducing this in the Parliament?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, that's true. I think we'd struggle. But it's a shame.
Do you think there is a discrepancy between maybe what people want and what the politician will dare to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think our government right now aren't very daring and aren't really willing to take the
Yeah,
risk.
they still remain in power.
Yeah.
And we live in a democracy, so it's hard to say.
Represents to me my own background, which is quite mixed and comes from lots of places from around the world, so that although I was born and brought up in the UK, my background that's not where although I sound like I come from a very traditional UK background, I don't.
Do you feel, as somebody with ancestors from various places, the need to have some representation on the national flag?
I've never thought about it before, I have to say, but I think maybe the Union Jack is a bit outdated now, because it isn't just about the Union, the countries that it represents, and there should be more of a union of the world that it represents, I suppose, or
Okay.
people from the world that now the UK represents. Yeah.
Okay, you chose both of them. Why this decision to choose both?
Well, so the current Union flag is already a unification of three different elements of Britain, Scotland, and of Northern Ireland. So it's already a symbol of various cultures becoming part of one state or one nationality. And obviously that can be problematic and difficult, but it can also create something united and create something that's a single entity. So your new flag obviously contains a whole lot more different elements, but it's the same idea of the original Union flag, which is three flags put into one.
Okay, I have some response of people that chose not to choose the Union Jack, saying that the flag was hijacked by the far right more recently, although maybe in the 80s, in the 90s, represented Cool Britannia, now it's representing something else. Do you have any reservation now to hold the Union Jack because of that, or do you think it could be changed in other ways?
Yeah, I mean, symbols can be used by lots of different people to mean lots of different things. I mean, it's probably more the flag of St George that I would feel I had maybe a slight aversion to, because of feeling that it's been hijacked by other people. So yeah, I think it's more the flag of St George that I would unfortunately have reservations about, rather than the Union flag.
What happened if Scotland leaving us?
Okay. Well, that's a good question.
Are we to design a new flag, or just
We're going to need to find someone who can design us a new flag. Have you got any suggestions?
Yeah, this was actually started as emergency flag.
Excellent, very good.
Intermediate, like Brexit, it's an intermediate flag.
Cool, so I've chosen, my name's African Boy, spell it with a K. I've been asked which one of these two flags I want to choose that I feel represents the UK. I feel both of these flags represents the island in which I live in and I was born in, because this is the island that I lived in and I was born in. This is the establishment that has, built its way up to be this way. So this has to represent where I'm at, because this is what it is. However, mine grew up in London, southeast London, and I'm a product of a flag like this that represents diversity, that represents a mixture of different cultures, which is what, as a Londoner, I specifically feel. Hence why London probably was one of the only major cities that voted not to leave the Brexit, because we feel like this, we want to be connected to everyone. However, the Brexit showed us that we are still in this place, Great England. So that's me, African African boy, both of them. But you know me, man, representing the world out here, yeah? Both up.
Chose this flag.
Because I think we need to acknowledge that there are lots of different communities within one country, and I think this encapsulates it.
Do you think that LGBTQ people more inclined toward the new Union flag rather than the Union Jack, or not necessarily?
I'd like to think so, but not necessarily.
Okay. Why not? Because the flag I created, well, from my perspective, it's much more diverse and talk about differences.
I think it's a lot more complex. I think we have an expectation that LGBTQI would be more accepting, more tolerant. But at the end of the day, they're still people as well, so I don't think it's quite as straightforward as that.
Yeah, why you chose this one and not the Union Jack? I chose this flag because it's got loads of different cultures represented on it. It's colourful, and I feel it represents the different cultures within Britain.
Go.
Hi everybody, I chose this flag because, born in the UK but living in the world, Leicester is a fantastic place for diversity and I absolutely love living here. You take good care and live in a diverse world.
The new Union flag rather than the Union Jack.
Well, the new Union flag looks a bit more inclusive and it's more multicultural and it's more colorful. And for me, because it's got lots of colors, it just shows the inclusiveness and the cosmopolitan ethic of it, you know, of people being together wherever they come from. That's why I chose the new flag.
Now.
Because we're all citizens of the world, and so yeah, we're not citizens of a country, we're citizens of the world. I'm choosing both flags, not because of nationalism, but because I think the Union Jack is very important emotionally to a lot of people in Britain. And I don't think those emotions should be trampled upon, but I think it's a brilliant idea to have a duality of the flags and to demonstrate that we're all progressing to this matrix of people that are actually shaping this country into something that is not purely nationalistic. It's much richer than this flag signifies, which is why I would go with having it remade in a different vein. But I think it's too important to lose this. It would have to be one side and one the other.
Okay, I personally think this flag is better representing the UK because it's a multiple culture country, and this flag, you get it all. The Union Jack, unfortunately, is only certain colours, which doesn't represent half of us in this country who are born and raised here.
Exactly the same, you know, it represents everyone from everywhere, and you know, it works out perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so why do you choose the Union Jack?
I like the traditional value of the Great Britain society, so that's why I chose this one. I'm proud to be British.
Okay, and what is the British values that you are proud and represented by this flag?
It's that I feel that if you live in this country, you should respect the laws and the rules as well. Being a British citizen.
Okay.
That's how I feel. That's my strong values anyway.
Okay. And could you explain your choice?
I like the multicultural all the colors, different.
Okay. Do you want to convince each other, talk to each other and convince them that your flag is better representing the UK?
Well, this has always been the Union Jack, and we should honour it anyway.
Yeah,
well, you can have both. You can have both.
Good to
but
have
I still prefer this one though.
As somebody who probably, as I guess, your ancestor came from not England, but from elsewhere, wouldn't you like to see a representation of your tradition in a form of textile design from your former or your ancestral country in the flag that represents you today?
How would you feel if, which country are you from, basically?
Well,
if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, it's complex. I was born in London, my dad from Iraq, my mom from Bulgaria.
Okay.
They were in Israel, they immigrated here and they immigrated
Okay,
back.
right. So if we go to, say, a Muslim country, right, we have to obey their rules and things like that, you know? And if you drink alcohol or anything like that, how come the Muslim country are not flexible in that sense? Now, you come to this country, right, so you should respect our values as well. That's how I feel at the end of the day. I'm British born, so I'm proud. I'm not from another country, I'm born in this country.
Okay.
And that's why. So, end of the day, right, it's okay for you to say that we have to be multicultural and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if we want to be our rules into your country, you wouldn't like it then, would you? And you say it's against our religion and things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it. I'm not being wrong.
No,
Yeah.
I was also born in the UK.
Yes, yeah.
But I feel that somebody who was born in UK was created by a lot of things, and a lot of these things are the people who came from elsewhere. Sometimes not by their choice, sometimes because of process of colonialism and imperialism, and they came here like my parents, you know, like my dad who is originally from Iraq, my mom, they lived in Israel, they came here because Palestine was colonized by the British and Iraq was colonized by the British. They chose to come to this country, and this is why I was born here, because of this process. So I feel like that I have share in the British culture, and I wanted to represent in the British flag.
I mean, it's good, but I reckon that we should be all multicultural as well and respect one another, and not be too militant against each other's religion or something like that. And that's what I think the religion is causing the war in this world at the end of the day.
Sometimes we just keep peace as well.
No, I think that we need to get on with everyone, but we need world peace basically more than anything else. Get rid of the religion.
Why do you choose both of the flags?
I choose both because I think, in fact, people should be able to do what's in their hearts. I'm a big believer of mindfulness, and I know that a lot of people represent with the British flag, and also a lot of people will represent with the new flag. I think that sometimes borders close our minds, and I really believe that having a mindful perspective is probably better than worrying about flags.
Why did you choose the new Union flag rather than the Union Jack?
Diversity.
Why you chose the Union Jack?
I don't have any reason, I just chose it because I just saw the flag.
Okay.
Ask another person, please.
Why do you choose the Union Jack?
Because I'm French.
Okay, so you feel as a French, this one is more familiar as representation for the UK.
Il a dit, tu penses parce que tu es française, alors ce drapeau représente plus le UK? Yes.
Where is your ancestors came from?
Tes ancêtres viennent d'où? Congo.
Congo. Would you like to see a Congolese fabric design in the French flag? So it won't be just the colors, but also.
Avoir comme un Liputa, le truc de Liputa sur le drapeau français? Yes.
Okay, so I made this flag to have representation of the people who live in the UK within the Union Jack.
Et dès qu'il a fait ce drapeau justement pour représenter les gens qui habitent dans le UK, donc les différentes nationalités qui habitent dans le UK aux États-Unis.
Okay. You immediately chose this one. Tell me why.
Because I think it represents like different culture in the UK.
Okay.
So it's like bringing us together really. It's not just about the English, but it's all about all of us really. Africans, Indians, all of us.
You?
I think for the sake of image and putting it out there officially, you can use the Union Jack, but really within the UK it's all diverse. Like it's a diverse